Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to discuss how HashMap works internally. I'll walk you through the internal workings step by step, and I also use simple diagrams to make everything crystal clear. Let's discuss how HashMap works internally. So what happens when you create an instance of a HashMap? So when you create an instance of a hash map, Java first create hash map object in a memory, right? So at this moment, Java does not create the internal array that holds the key value pairs, right? It initialize few field with default values. And to save memory, Java does not create an array. When you create an instance of a hash map, it will defer this process until you do the first put operation, and this is just for saving the memory and improve the performance, and this is called the lazy initialization. Let's understand what these fields signifies. So first one is capacity, and its initial value is 16. So this is the default size Java will use once the array is actually created after the first put operation. So the array will eventually have 16 buckets, or you can say slots. Then the second attribute is load factor. This is the threshold that helps decide when to resize the map. So it means when 75% of the buckets are filled, the map will resize to reduce collision and maintain performance, right? And the third one is threshold. This is calculated by multiplying capacity and load factor, right? So if the default size is 60, if the default capacity is 16, then the threshold will be 12. It tells Java when to trigger a resize. In this case, after 12th entries, after 12 entries are added, when we add 13th entry, it will trigger the resize. So what happens in case of resize is, if the default capacity is 16, it will resize to 32. It will resize to double its current capacity, right? I hope you understood the meaning of what these attributes signifies, right? Let's discuss what happens on first put operation. So after creating an instance of a hash map, when we do the first put operation, what happens internally? So when we do the first put call, Java finally creates the internal array of size 16 as per the default capacity. So the first step is array is initialized with the size of 16, right? Next, it will calculate the hash code of a key. So the key book is passed to hashcode method, and this returns an integer hash value. Assume we get this random integer value, right? After that, index calculation happens. So it calculates the index where this key value pair should go. So index is calculated using this statement, n minus 1 bitwise end and the hash code, right? So assume after this process, this index calculation process, we get the index 1, right? Once we get the index, the next step is to create a node and place this node in this bucket. So the bucket I'm talking about, once we get the index, we create a node and we place this node at that index, right? So if the target bucket is empty, it creates a new node and place it there, right? We will see in subsequent slide what happens in case of collision, right? And each node contains four attributes: key, value, hash, and this next pointer. So this next pointer will point to the address of next node. So in this case, there is no next node, so it points to null. If multiple nodes are placed in a same bucket due to collision, it will point to the address of the next node. So we can also see the Java code, right, for node class, and you can see the structure of node. So in this node class, there are four attributes: hash, key, value, and next, right? So this is what I have explained here. When you add more entries, each of these goes through the same process. First, it computes the hash code, then it calculates the index. After that, it insert the node at the computed index, right? And sometimes different key may map to the same index, and this is called hash collision, and we will see what happens in case of collision. So how HashMap handle collision is basically initially entry at the same index are stored in a linked list, right? And if more than 8 entries collide at the same index, and if the array size is greater than equal to 64, then Java switches to a balanced tree for faster access, right? So you can see for this put call, first this key is passed to a hash code method, and it will give some hash code, some integer hash code value. Then index calculation happens and we get index 1. So at first index we have, I mean it at first index one entry is already present. So when the next entry comes, it goes to this bucket, it checks whether there are any node present at this index. If it present, it traverses the linked list and it places a new node at the end of a linked list, right? So now this next pointer will points to the address of this new node, and after this there is no other node, so it will points to the it will points to null. So this is what happens in case of collision. So this is the summary of step-by-step execution of put method we have discussed so far. So first, hash code calculation happens. So the hash code of the key is computed using Java hash function. Then index calculation happens. So index is calculated using this statement where n is the length of an array. Then the last step is to insert the node at correct index. So if no node exists at that index, a new node is inserted directly. And if node already exists at that index, it means it's the case of a collision. So Java traverses the linked list or tree if it is being treefied, and check if the key already exists. So if the key already exists, it means it's the case of update. It updates the value. And if the key is new, it insert the new node at the end of a linked list. It at the end of the linked list, right? So assume in case, so I write one more I write one more put statement where I'm trying to update the value of pen from 20 to 30. So it goes through the same process, right? And once we get the index, it goes to this bucket. So it found that the key is already present. So it first compare the key value, right? So it compares, hey, this key pen is already exist. So it means I have to update its value. I don't have to insert, I have to update the value. But if the key is new, for example, instead of pen, it might be, let's assume, phone, right? In that case, if the index is same and if the node is already present, it will compare if this key exists. So no, this key does not exist. So it will create a new entry and insert at the end of a linked list, right? I hope you get crystal clear understanding of how this put operation works. We have understood how put call works internally in a hash map. Now the another important thing inside a hash map is threshold check and resizing, right? So with each put call, Java checks if the number of entries exceed the threshold, and this threshold calculation happens with initial capacity and load factor. So we get the value. So with initial capacity, the threshold is 12. So when 13th entry is added, resizing is triggered. and resizing is important to prevent hash collision, which ultimately improves the performance of a hash map. So if there is no hash collision, then the time complexity of get and put operation is always O1. So in case of hash collision, right, the worst case time complexity is big O of n and big O of log n if it creates a tree, right? So when resizing is triggered, the internal array size will be doubled. So if the initial capacity is 16, then it goes to 32. And if the array size is 32, then it resized to 64, right? So in case of so after resizing, all existing entries are rehashed and placed into new buckets, because index calculation depends on array size, which we have already discussed, right? So far we have discussed how put operation works, how threshold calculation happens, what happens in case of resizing. Now let's understand what happens when get method is called. So what happens if I call get with the key, right? So the process remains same. First, in case of get also, first it computes the hash code, then the index calculation happens. Once we get the index, it goes to the bucket, right? It So let's assume in case of this key book, we get index 1, it goes to this bucket and it compares if the key if this key is equal to the node key. If it is, it return its value. Else if no node is found, let's assume if the key is, let's say, tab. So in case of tab, we get the index 4. So there is no node, so it will simply return null, right? And what happens, let's assume if there are multiple nodes are placed in are in the same bucket. So in that case, this bucket is not empty, so it will traverse the list of nodes and compare the key. If the key matches, it will return the value, right? And if after the complete traversal, if no key matches, it will return, it means the node does not exist, the key does not exist in a hash map, right? So it return the value or return null. It depends whether we have found the key or not, right? I hope you you got the idea how this get method works, right? If you understood what happens in case of put, then get is very easy to visualize. So let's summarize what we have learned so far. So HashMap uses hashing to find data fast, right? So using hashing, we compute the index and we get an put at at that index, right? So it backed by an array data structure, right? So internally it's create an array and place the node at the correct index based on what we get after the index calculation, right? It uses linked lists or trees for collision, right? It resizes when it get full, and by default hash map is not thread safe, right? So I hope you liked this video, you understood how HashMap works internally. Please like this video, share with your friend. It takes a lot of effort to make a video, and thank you for watching this tutorial.